Hi, my name is Felipe. I I chose Shadow Tactic Blade of Shogun to use as my level design one class analysis. So and I hope you guys can enjoy also somewhat of I did, and some recording this to explain somewhat of my presentation that I did in class, and I hope it's enjoyable and you guys can take some lessons out of it that I believe me I learned so much doing this, which is great. Thanks guys for also providing me the map that I didn't have, the top view. Thank you a lot. So before starting, I just wanna let you guys know that I chose this game to analyze because I really enjoy your game, and I believe I had a lot of that I could learn from the game. So even if I'm being critic here with something, I I'm pretty sure that you guys know what you guys are doing, but I hope some of my feedbacks are good and useful. So let's start. These are the main points I was analyzing. Um, some of the names I had some trouble remembering the technical terms, so I started, for example, for environmental interaction, but it's map gameplay. But yeah, that's just technical things. But main things that I analyzed were triggers, path, tutorials, different types of one, formal, teaching by showing, um, like some hidden elements, art elements, or analyzed also setting map goals and visual rewards. So let's see. Flow diagram. The first level diagram is really simple, and it should be because it's a tutorial, which is great. So it's linear with some roadblocks. Perfect. Really nice. Level map. That's the top view you guys gave me, and I redraw to add the core elements of the game, which was great. Let me add a comment already because I don't think I have a slide commenting about enemies. I really like how you guys added for the first level a lot of enemies, but they're never looking at you. The only ones that can truly detect you are the civilians and this part of the map, which is a skill gate, which should be the way it is. So I really enjoy it. Really cool placement of enemies. Core gameplay. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys know what the core gameplay is, but you have the basic swimming interactions, grabbing enemies, throwing them down, dying and healing, swimming, and the specific actions your character can do. You can also go up objects, like in the maps, and climb, interact overall, which are the map environments, map gameplay. So let's go to well executed. So the triggers are very well placed and noticeable. You never have the question like what happened when something triggers. Everything is really well directed, and the voice triggers and voice lines specifically are really good. The dialogues are awesome, and they also are well placed in terms of moments. It never feels off when the voice lines come, which is really good. Path. So first level is linear, which is perfect because you don't want the player to get lost. So that's amazing. But at the same time, the player never gets bored in terms of, oh, I have no option here, I'm just following this path that I have no control of, which is great. So there's always like a semi-linear way of achieving your goal in the first level. A good example is this part of the map when you can interact with the object and make a noise, make them all look around, or you can throw your rock and distract them. And a good observation of that one is that I don't know who it was, but probably coded a snapping to the point there. that was really cool. I didn't notice at first, but when I was playing, I was like, oh wait, he programmed some snapping so you wouldn't mistake the rock throw, which is pretty cool. Good job on that. Now we're gonna get to tutorial elements like voice lines and other things. So formal tutorials are really good in this game. Like this boxes of dialogue are really well placed in design. Like dialogues are really short and the images are almost self-explanatory. So it's really good. Um, oh yeah, observation here on the side for the scrolls in the map. They have a really good contrast concept on them that I noticed. Like they're really dark, this smoke on the ground and this beam of light, so you can see them in the dark and in the clear areas, which is really nice. Environment interactions, you get a good use of the highlight option is great because it really helps you learn initially what you can do with stuff, and the fact that you guys use different elements to do the same stuff keeps you excited and searching for different ways of interacting with the environment, what you can do, which is really good. Yep, that's it. No, I really like how you guys, like specifically in this term, you slowly introduce the idea of the grappling hook by Holler. But yeah, well, that's just an extra observation. Setting small goals. Yeah, this is on point also in the game. It keeps the pace of the game and the flow really well. You guys are always directing the viewers and the players to keep going. So when you think you reached your goal, you're giving a new assignment, which until the end of the game, it's not just one big objective that the player gets and he has to remember it. You guys keep giving him small tiny objectives, and in the end he reaches his final goal, which is brilliant. Even the unlocking of skills slowly plays a good role on it, because the player doesn't get overwhelmed, and when you unlock one, you feel like, oh, I want to try this, and you always give them opportunity to try whatever they unlocked. So it's really good. Yep. Teaching by showing, I really like this. So you guys use teach by showing also, which is basically demonstrating what the player can do in a cutscene or some third interaction, like some event in the game or something like that. So from when you throw the rock in, you can see him slicing 3 enemies at the same time, and like makes you ask, oh, can I do that? And the answer is yes, and that's pretty cool, and you feel like tempted in doing it. So that's really nice. Visual reward. So the game has some. Let me just turn a little down the volume. Nah, that's unfortunate. Maybe I'm getting too long. Let me add music back. Visual reward. Okay, so visual reward. I think you guys did a nice job also with that. Like the fact that you can throw, not throw, like have tiny objects they're just like extra detail in the game, and I feel like those things clearly show that you kind of care for what you're doing, and it's not something that you're just like doing it because someone is telling you to do it. Like the birds and the cannons and the falling rocks, those elements really bring life to the game, and they're really unnecessary things technically, but they really keep you in the game and immersive. Or the guards joining up to go fight the enemy, so that's really nice. Oh yeah, extra observation on the silhouettes and how things don't get blurred out, and you always know what's happening. So you always know what's happening or what objects are. You're never confused things are. So a good example is probably this rock here, this corners. I bet you guys had to refine it so the silhouette was well defined, but I don't know, I'm just guessing. He narrows that one I really like. So hidden arrows interacting player's view. How you use tiny indirect elements to point to objects, like these wooden spikes. They're always pointing up and pointing to tutorials where you have to go. And I feel like you guys did it on purpose. I want to believe you guys did. So, yep. Placements of also placement of scrolls and birds directing the viewer's eye, and there's also some nice storytelling with the art, but yeah, it's not pointed here. I'll point it later. Possible improvements. So here comes the tricky part. For tutorials overall, they're all really well executed, every single one of them in different ways, but at some points it feels like it's too much. So you're showing them in the beginning how to kill enemies in a cutscene, which is nice, and then you have the formal tutorial for killing it, and you also tell him that, oh, you can sneak past or take him quietly. So there's like this constant repetition of the same thing, which makes sure the player knows what to do in the end, but at the same time it's kinda too much in a way. And there's some places that they're repetitive, like you have two places that say to crouch, and the first one it's not a skill gate, crouching, so I wonder if it should be there. But yeah, so tutorials, even though they're really well made, there's sometimes I feel like it's too much of the same. Clear path, environment, interactions, setting my small goals, and directing the viewer's eye. I don't think I have anything to complain with that. And if I have, it's like so minimal that it would be just be mean of me pointing it out. Oh yeah, there's some more technical responsiveness, but I'll come to that after. Visual reward, they all work great, so those here are awesome, but the Canon one honestly was kind of hard to see because it's not really a cutscene, so your camera can be kind of in an angle that you won't see it, and the cannonball is kind of small. So yeah, I had some trouble really understanding what happened, and I was kind of confused when it happened the first time I played the game. I was like, wait, what happened here? I don't know. I had to replay to understand what was happening. So technical mistakes, those probably are some bug fixing that you guys can do. The first scroll gives this hint that you can go on top of this house, but there is no way of climbing this house. The text doesn't really match some of them. That's kind of being picky, but it doesn't really match with the images. There is this item here. I think that's the biggest bug I found, honestly, which is so minimal, to be honest, is that you have the highlight of this object that technically you can interact with, but you can't. And yeah, like I mentioned before, if you really need to crouch some zones, if it's not a skill gate, my opinion is that in terms of the scrolls, there are some voice lines that are activated after you read it, and the voice lines are basically him telling you what to do again as another form of tutorial. So if you just read the formal tutorial, there is no really a meaning for you to listen to the voice line. So it would be great if you could actually listen to the voice line, and if you can't figure it out, then you read the scroll. So maybe the voice line should be before you collect the scroll and not after. So yeah, let me just go through the map and just highlight maybe some points that I didn't notice. Yeah, there's some really nice environment, like storytelling. Like, oh, there was a bridge here, but it broke, and like directing the viewers alleys with small objectives, so you kind of feel like you want to reach here, and the spike's always pointing up and pointing to where you have to go and pointing to tutorials. That's really well executed. Yeah, like the guards are just talking with themselves, but they're just saying, oh, they're never gonna come inside our fortress. Just really nice, giving you some small objectives again. Directing the viewer's eye. Don't want to go back to everything. It's already a pretty long video. Oh yeah, this is really nice also how you guys added the environment, like attract attention of the guard, so you can kind of see the environment does interact with enemies. And there's some really nice sensations of you're playing as a ninja, which is really immersive. I think, let me just go to, oh yeah, like this part also has a really nice example of stairs, like storytelling and environment storytelling. Yeah, this is the part, like I was mentioning, like you don't really need to crouch to go to this area. There is no really guards that are gonna see you. And for example, this guard, when he's looking at here, crouching won't make a difference. So I asked myself if this crouching lesson is really important. Oh yeah, I made an observation to this side of the map that I felt like, that's my opinion, but I felt like you don't really use the idea of vision, because I'm just gonna stop the music. By the way, the music of the game is really good. I wanted to place in the background for that reason, but this is getting longer than I expected. So yeah, you don't really use the vision, the green triangle of vision. You just basically wait for him to look back. So I feel like if you were forced to use it, like right here, that's the skill gate, that would be kind of more interesting, because here is a larger skill gate. You have to learn how to crouch, how to distract him with a rock, everything. So I feel like this is like overwhelming, and here it's just like, it's not really a skill gate. Yeah, like again, like directing arrows. If you guys did that by accident, you guys are really good. but then, oh yeah, here's the object that highlights. Yeah, I think I went through everything. Oh, I used this badly drawn scissors to cut scenes. Even though I marked a cutscene here, you can go through without being a cutscene. Yeah. I think this is it. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. So here's my name, my major, my email if you guys want to talk to me. I'm also on Discord. Feel free to talk to me in Discord. I'm almost on. I don't sleep too much. So yeah. Hope it was kind of useful for you guys, and thank you again for being so nice and sending me the maps. I made only the first part of the castle, Osaka Castle. But yeah, I'll probably make some more in the future. I can't promise that I'm gonna do every single map, because it takes a lot of time and effort. But yeah, hope you guys liked, and if you guys don't really want to see, tell me to analyze a specific one, that would be cool. So thank you for everything, and thanks for the game, and hope it was helpful and I didn't make anyone mad, and or left anyone unnoticed. And if you guys could tell me something that I missed or said wrong, I honestly am doing this to learn, so yeah, that would be really cool. Thank you very much, and thanks again. Good luck with the new game you guys are making. Looking forward to it.